up, Bob?
What's going on, man? Ooh.
Except my phone is acting up here, not letting me go live. Come on. Damn, don't tell me I'm going to have to start again.
You hate it when that happens.
Dude, and I got 5 bars. Like,
There you go.
there it goes. Okay. I pushed the button like 20 times, bro. Like, this is...
Hey,
But I've been waiting for... I've been waiting this in a minute. Been waiting for this in a minute because they got a new shop and they got a lot more machines and stuff like that. So just kind of waiting for everybody to kind of get on the channel before I actually walk in. Oh yeah, it's nice in there. It's nice in there. Like, I walked in with the customer when he first got here, and because got to give him a heads up because he's got a lot of proprietary information or gear in there and stuff like that. So kind of had to store that so that way, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. What's up, CJ? Yeah. Hustle, Samuel. How's y'all's day going? Mine is moving right along, and I'm amazed. It's crazy. Like I try to make phone calls and call people, and it like I got horrible signal up here, and it's still at 5G. Like I don't understand. Just because I'm in Houston, like what's the difference?
Yeah, mine does that too, and I got a piece of crap there.
That makes me feel so much better because I'm paying for AT&T service. Yep. What's up, Toby? How you doing? Hey, boss. That was pretty awesome what you did yesterday by placing that order because I finally got home a couple hours later and I saw your post up on the channel with the comment and stuff like that. And then I get an email from him and he's like, hey, man, they're already making purchase. I said, I told you, I said, we got an awesome, awesome crew on the channel, that, they know you're helping us. They're going to do everything to help you as well and stuff. He goes, man, that's pretty awesome. Like he's so stoked over it and stuff. And, like you heard him say on the channel, he's been a fan for a long time because of the knowledge I'm willing to put out there and share. Like I don't hold back, and it's evident to everybody that meets me or watches the channel. Like I'm gonna give you the best I have, like that, because one day I'm gonna be gone, and it'd be a shame to take all this knowledge with me. You know what I mean? And that's the whole deal about being a human is to help out your fellow man. And so right here we're doing it. Yep. Oh, man.
And the good thing about with you doing it on YouTube is as long as YouTube's around, it's going to be there for people to learn off of.
Right. Yeah. So I'm excited because I'm still pushing it on the TikTok, and some of the what's the Instagram or whatever. Very rare, very rare. But all right, so we got Edgar. Once we get up to about 20 guys, I will walk inside. But we are here at Tightline Braid. What? Yeah. So, there we are, 20 people. So, as soon as I said that, it went from 13 to 20. All right, guys. So, I'm going to walk in. Let's see how this looks. Like I said, I came in here already, so I kind of already know, but I'm going to let it is awesome. I want some of them bags. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, bean bags with their logo on it. Yeah. That's when they go off tour. Huh?
Texas flag colors.
Yes, sir. Well, American flag too. Both of them roll, but look at the colors.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm so jelly of this wall. Like, this is what I would like my wall to look like, but I'm sorry I can't do the little spools. I need those big spools. I need big spools. But still, look, I mean, 965. Let's see, 1,500 yards. I know I saw some bigger than that, but I mean, 500 yards, a 200-pound test. Like, God, those colors are so vibrant too, bro. Oh, and look, black. Yep. So, more black, pink, blue. So, okay. So, actually, while I'm here, Jacob, too, we can get some of those samples sent out to you, those runs that you were looking for to put in your leather. So
Cool.
yeah. There's spools everywhere, dude. Like it is. Yeah, this is what you call inventory.
Holy crap.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like,
Damn.
oh, yes, sir. I'm yeah. And saying as a fisherman, at the end of the day, like I don't care what tackle shop I walk into, I like to see inventory. You even got surf masters in here too. So yep, yep,
Nice.
yep. Yep, we got some rods. We got the beach spikes. You even got the upgraded models too. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
hated
that
putting
would
those
make
PVCs in the ground. Oh my God.
you and me both, bro. You and me both. Yeah, look at this. Look at this box. Those are the empty containers that are going to be filled with braid here pretty soon.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. And then we got solid braid here. And then they still got the tree up.
Yeah. Shit, no.
Hey,
that
just don't have
that
to
is
don't have to worry about putting it up next year.
right, right. It's ready to rock and roll. You just add on more. It's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that hammerhead and then the other one over there on the counter. Well, it's Mr. Jeff, Tightline Braid, the man right here. So, yeah.
Oh, is that a painting?
That is a painting.
Check out the Mako. We got the Mako up here.
Oh,
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 And the Mako up top in the middle.
that is sick. That is nice. Oh, look, a three-piece. I do that too. Well, I put my I run my YouTube channel on it all day long while I'm in here and stuff. So, yeah.
The video from when we first started. So it's got clips in the house, clips from the last warehouse.
All right, let me get the hold of that. Yes. We'll be back over there here real soon, guys. Sorry, I'm wetting the noodle. Oh, check out the shirt too.
That's my garage. That was when we first started.
The music, is it copyright free?
You know what? I don't know. Pause it just in case on.
Well, or that, or just make it, yeah, the volume, yes, off. So,
Just in case.
uh, do you have the music all through the video or just at the beginning?
It's all through mainly through the whole thing, except whenever we
Talk.
talking for a little bit.
Uh,
So funny story that Mako there, that young kid was up here, and I had this video playing, and this kid walks into the shop, and I'm like, man, he looks familiar, can figure it out. And all of a sudden I hear, holy crap, that's me. It was that kid. That was on it,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That is awesome. How big was that Mako?
I don't remember. It's been a while. It was a decent sized one. So Travis Spencer put this video together for me. So he's the one that added it in there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And that's our old warehouse when we first started.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you saw? You were at my house, I think, right?
Yes. Yeah, I
Okay,
went
so
to
you
your
never
house.
even saw theirs to make it again. It's decent.
Oh, man. That's a beast. That's Adam J, wasn't it?
I don't think that one. That was Travis and his guys, I think. I don't think Adam on this one because he was still using Berkeley at the time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He just switched over to our line.
Oh, man, those colors are so beautiful, man. And that is,
oh.
yeah. So I got Jacked Up Leatherworks on here. He's the individual I had talked to you a while ago that he wants to start using some of your braid in his leather work and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he want we're seeing about getting him some samples so that way he can compare them to the colors he's currently getting too. And more than likely, yours is going to be a lot cheaper than what he's currently paying now because, you know, especially for leather, so it jumps up the price automatically kind of deal. So yeah, I've been teasing him pretty bad with the colors of the braid, and then now especially that I'm in house and see everything you have to offer, and even too like the mixed colors too. Oh, I got to show you all this other wall. I'll show you all here in just a bit, but yeah.
They use, so my wife for Christmas or my birthday, I don't remember, had I don't have it, I don't wear a wedding ring here, but she had a wedding ring made that has our red, white, and blue line in it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he did not put a color fastener on it. And so it took the white just went away, disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he put the epoxy or whatever over it, the white disappeared. So it's just red and blue now. But we're going to
it went clear because it was wet. Yeah.
So.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's awesome. A Hulu rod or something like that?
Yeah, this is it's actually Penn's version. I love it. I mean, it's rated up to 200-pound braid.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is I've had multiple 2 and 3 foot sharks on it and had no idea. It's
Yeah,
so stiff.
yeah. Well, it's made because the guys that do that style of fishing do the distance casting.
Yeah.
And, you know, and they've got to get away from the cliff, so they've got to be able to hold a big bait and be able to withstand the cast, because otherwise you'll sit there and snap the rod in half. So, yeah, most definitely. But man, this is. I wish we could have it on there, but like I said, I don't know if the copyrights would hit me or whatever for whatever music he did have on there. Just make sure y'all can see it nice and clear. But yeah, that's. So it looks like the video is repeating itself now. Yeah. Okay. All right. So moving on, and look, reggae colors. Yeah. Red, white, and blue. Hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna have to take it off the holder because I'm gonna have to switch back and forth. Yeah. Yep. I know. Trust me. It's yes, I want. Like, it's just.
What pound does that red, white, and blue come in?
So we can make it really in anything. Right, that one is 130.
You got 130, 100, 80. That's 130. There's 100.
That's
There's
got orange
80.
in it. That's got like the asterisk color.
That one? Yeah.
I think this one might even have orange in it too, maybe no. Yeah, it's got some orange in it right there next to the blue.
Oh, okay.
Barely. Got a couple different versions of like the jammin'. I call it One Love.
Uh-huh.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
Cherry green and black.
Huh.
So we do special colors, but in order to do, if somebody wants them, it's a 10,000 yard minimum order because it just slows things down a ton for us, and it's kind of a pain. So unless it's a 10,000 yard order, we usually don't mess with it. What you're seeing here is leftovers of big orders that we've had that we just had a little bit left over.
Well, I'm gonna need some of this braid when I leave for sure. I'll be placing an order, before I walk out of here because I need the order for those Abbott reels that are coming in or that are already here. Well, that order, I'm gonna, like I said, they want to try to switch over the heavier test lines for hollow core braid and stuff like that, and then too, I think the captains are already experienced with like Jerry Brown and stuff like that, but because of all the negative ways that it ended at the very end, they're in the same boat I am, and like. But now that he's been watching the channel, he's been telling them about it. They started watching the channel, and they're like, "Okay, we're interested again." So I'm more likely to get you in there. So, all right, well, ready for a tour? Ready for a tour?
Yeah, we've been waiting. Move your butt.
This is kind of the end process, I guess, if you will. We try to keep it quiet as much as possible. This is an order here we're getting ready to place out. That's it's a hair over 1 million yards. So like those that are restocked on the green, this is why. This is not even a tenth of the order.
Okay. So real quick question. Now that I'm in here, we did notice that on our last shipment, our green wasn't as vibrant green as that. Is that the new color that it's going to, or?
So the new color, so I've got, so there's 4 different greens, which is kind of a pain. But they have like, so you can kind of see the difference from this green to that green.
Mm-hmm.
And what it boils down to is they make that one, then they make that one, they make 2 others. The issue is when I call them, if that's all they have in stock, do I take it or do I wait 4 months for them to make it?
Understood.
So,
Understood.
you know, it can be a variation, but for the most part, it'll be this green, the darker, this green here on the left.
Okay.
You know, so it's mainly because that's they make that a lot more than they make the others. So,
Okay. Cool. Cool.
just in case.
Right. Right.
You know, but yeah, so this is kind of where it ends. So it comes in on the big spools off the braiding machines on these black spools. And these are the machines that actually, so these are the machines that catch issues that have got through my first ones. So mainly the issues we see here are going to be static. Static is probably one of our worst enemies. Stuff gets sucked up into the braid while it's braiding. And so this catches it. These sensors here that's running will catch anything like that and allows us to stop it, see what's going on. You know, obviously if it's we try to take all splices out in a previous step, which I'll show you here in a little bit.
Mm.
But if for some reason it gets missed, this catches it and allows us to take it out. Now, the one thing that's neat you'll see is that the sensors that we're using here, these sensors they're 2D sensors. So essentially what happens is you can see the blue line in here and it's a camera and a sensor.
Mm.
So what happens is it shoots, I guess, lasers or light one way. And if there's any variation off to the side, it knows it and it stops it.
Mm.
The only thing that can pass through here without getting caught is if the defect is on the back side. Because it just blends in with the normal. So this is all that was offered before. Now they make a 3D sensor that we do have on one of our other machines out in the warehouse that we'll be replacing, but they're about $4,000 a piece. So I just had bought these like not even a year or so ago, and so I'll be replacing them with the 3D sensors, but it'll take me a little bit just to get them all done. But this essentially breaks it down from the big spools to the smaller spools. And then this machine back here is what breaks them down to the really small spools in bulk, like multiple versions of, we'll do 10 spools at a time. Because beforehand we had to do them on these machines.
Okay, so real quick, guys, I'm going to reiterate what he's talking about here. Y'all see me when I've got my fingers on the line. My fingers are really sensitive, and I'm on both sides of the braid as I'm doing it through. So occasionally something will come through, but you see the amount of effort and knowledge and technology he is inputting into his braid to make sure that by the time it gets to an end user, they don't have anything to worry about on stuff like that. Now, granted, I'm on, level 1000 or whatever you want to call it on, touching my braid and spooling it. But as the customers are coming through, I'm showing them that step, but you can now see the amount, he is dead set on ensuring that the finished product is 110% above any other product that's above, that's out on the market right now. So you see the big spool, one of the little spool, and those are the bigger spools. And then that is the smaller spool deal that he was talking about where they make, say what, the 150 yard, 300 yard?
300, some 600 on like our 8-pound and 15-pound, we'll make 600 yards. But yeah, this makes, it'll make 10 at a time and run through them. It's much quicker. And so much easier for us. Otherwise, we have to do it by hand, like one at a time on that machine.
Wow.
And we have some dealers, they're ordering like this order here. There's probably 3,000 spools. So trying to do that one at a time would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's exactly the look I did when you went. I was doing the same thing. So yeah. But any spool of braid that I see anywhere, I'm just going to kind of film it because, it shows through the process from whatever levels he's at to the finished product the color and variations do not change, and that's a big thing. That when you start spooling braids off and stuff, they lose color. Well, that's one of the
Yeah.
biggest things with tightline braid. They don't lose their color. That has been one. Like I confused him because he saw the video and I had a little bit of red on me. He's like, "How the hell did you do that?" And I was like, "I finger the line," but it's definitely, you know, it's impressive the amount. I mean, of technology that he is, he's protecting the name all the way through. Like he's not giving anybody any kind of inch to be able to sit there and say, "Oh, it's any kind of other line than top notch." So
Yeah, we do. And so it mainly for us, obviously with me, if my name's on it, I want to make sure obviously I can stand behind it. So when we have an issue, if somebody says, hey, hey, I had an issue with the braid, the good news is I've got everything recorded on the cameras here. I've got everything documented here. It's all the way traced back. We brake test every single spool. So I can go back and say, okay, this spool went to this person and they're saying it breaks in less than this. Well, I've got 6 brake tests from that spool, and here's what all 6 were. Now obviously, we're human. It can happen. Mistakes can happen. There's things that we cannot see. We're in the middle of trying to make a sensor that can actually test the density of the fiber without getting too technical. When fiber is being made, there's a process where if it is not done right, it's not as dense and the crystals don't form. And you can have, like Power Pro had an issue a while back. I mean, everybody's had this issue one day or another, but it was just randomly break, like in the middle of the spool. Well, how do you test that? Because if you test it, you break it. And then
yeah,
in the middle of the spool, it doesn't, So we're trying to figure out how to do that all the way through. It's like I had a manufacturer tell me, if you figure that out, you'll quit making lines because you'll be rich.
right,
That's a
right.
tough one. We will be replacing these machines here soon after I get done with my spooling machine. We're replacing these machines with a 30 by 30 machine that I made myself. And we'll have this whole wall will be covered all the way around. We'll have probably 3 on this wall, 4 or 5 on this wall, 3 on this wall. So we'll be able to do multiple that are all controlled off an HMI touchscreen. So
Jeez.
this is the bottleneck. The bottleneck right now.
Oh my gosh.
That
Well,
is a hell of an operation.
most.
Breaking machines obviously over here in the corner, over by my desk. So this is where we kind of go through.
I wanted to buy one of those, but I just didn't have the several $1,000s they were
They're
requesting.
expensive.
They are.
I think that one was like 7 or 8 grand, and it was for what the variance is and my tolerance that I was going to allow.
Mhm.
It was the least expensive one on the market. I actually have to send off the top part, the little white handheld piece, to get calibrated. It's due for its yearly upgrade or up testing. But yeah, it's the new one that I want. I'll eventually be selling this one and getting the Instron,
Right.
which is, that takes 10 foot of line to do. Instron takes about 10 inches.
Let me know. Like, I mean, I don't mind secondhand, especially if I know that it's with the person that does the upkeep and maintenance on it and stuff. And that's very, very important when he's talking about that, because a lot of these companies, and you'll see it, I find horrible buildups of line on a spool of line as I'm spooling it through. And he's talking about, the PMs that are done on all the machines. Like he says, right now he's got one done. So we're gonna check this out. But again, everything I'm gonna keep reiterating, guys, because I'm brutal on lines, and it's because my fingers are so sensitive, and I want to show you the amount of effort they're putting in to create a awesome product. So yeah, and
That's our overstock over there, pretty much, of what's up.
overstock.
Yeah, if there's such a thing. So these are just kind of our bulk spools that we'll have. As you can see, we're pretty low. 3 months ago, the top shelf up on the left side, which is our hollow cores on the left, solids on the right, that top shelf was full to the ceiling, front to back, and then this whole bottom piece down here was full. And as you can see, it's been dwindled down quite a bit.
Oh my. Okay, I wear that size in braid for Christmas, guys. Just a heads up.
go out here if you're around. You can kind of take them through or walk through when it's in, and I'll shut everything off for just a split second so you can talk.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Cool. Wow. 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 I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but there's amazing colors. Like,
Holy crap.
wow. I mean, I'm
This one had an issue, so we cut it, take it out of the rotation. I find the issue when I cut it out and then we move off to make a small spool.
can y'all hear what he's saying?
Barely.
Well, it is. I'd like not to, stop his machining process, but
I'll walk through and I'm going to shut them down real quick. And then,
Oh, wow.
that is a huge difference. Wow.
Oh, the sound, yeah. That's why I ended up having to put this foam on the doors because that's all you could hear in there. It was just the rumbling of the machine going through.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
Yeah. Like, so I'm assuming this is the machine that you were talking about that is down for the yeah.
So this is our 16 strain machine. So it's new. It's our newest machine, one of our newest machines. This last order we got 116 strand, and then we got some of the 12 strands on this back wall here, which I'll take you through here in a minute of when our first machine until now. Just pretty crazy because I did the math yesterday and it's mind blowing. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's, these are all oil baths. So it's full of oil down here. This is full of oil up here. As you can see, it gets nasty. And for some reason, bugs love it. Like this whole thing will they get caught in the wool. It's crazy. I don't know. I can't tell you how many thousands of yards I've had ruined by bugs landing on the line. And then this is slow, right? I mean, it's a slow process and they'll still get tangled up. The line will go over top of them. And then, nobody's here to see it, obviously.
Yeah.
So it squishes them and it ruins the line.
Wow.
Drives me insane. So, but yeah, no, we go through, we change the oil, we clean it all up and make sure that I can show you this machine. This machine just went through it. So you can see a difference here.
That's freaking nuts.
So this is one that we shut down. Now, obviously, this is grease from my hands that we put grease up underneath on the tracks, but it's definitely a different look.
Yeah, guys, do they make 300 to 500 pound hollow core?
Make 300.
They make 300.
Mm-hmm. We can make 500, but it would cost because I would have to buy special fiber. Like we don't carry. What people don't realize is most of the fiber we buy serves two purposes, right? So our 200-pound hollow core fiber also makes our 130 solid. So people ask why I got rid of 150 solid and 200 solid, and that's because that's the only line it can be used to make is 150 solid, 200 solid, and they accounted for less than 1% of our sits. So it was just, I was now not buying the fiber I really needed to buy some of that and for it to sit here. So it just didn't do.
Oh, yeah.
But we will, we had a gentleman from Hawaii wanted 300-pound black, which we don't make. And he said, no, how much does it cost me to get 300-pound black? So we don't make it. He goes, yeah, you do. I said, no, we don't. Yeah, you do. And I got his gist finally. And so I said, it's going to cost you. He said, that's fine. And so he special ordered the fiber and had all that done. And then I ended up making it for him. But obviously it cost him a lot of money, but he wanted it. So
Right.
I guess yeah.
Yeah.
So everything from here, this was 8-strand. Our next machine purchase down the road will be more 8-strand machines. And everything from here, this will follow.
2 rows, guys, for 8-strand.
And it's not, this is a numbers game. It's a slow process. So you look at Cortland, you look at all those Western Filament, those guys, they watch this video and they laugh because it's not, they've got thousands of machines. But, obviously we've only been around a couple of years, but it's a numbers game because with it taking 24 hours to make 1,000 yards, I'm limited to what I can do. I can make this amount of yards no matter what I try to do. That's it. So any chance that we get, we try to purchase more machines. And Rotera and John at Fletcher Industries have been phenomenal to us. Been a huge help, which is where I get all my machines. And so it's just keep building and building. As you can see, we're about to outgrow this area.
So I noticed when we did walk in that this one had a red light lit and it wasn't moving. What is why does it do that?
So it lets me know if there is, I've got a camera up top here, and so that way I can see all this stuff. When we were at my house, it didn't matter. I could walk outside, and go to the garage and check it out. Here, I've got a camera on it, and if there is a machine that goes down, whether it be it runs out, whether it be an issue, for any reason, it stops, the red light comes on. That lets me know that, hey, that machine's not running.
Okay, so real quick, guys, can y'all see that red light right there? Does it look red on your? Because I'm looking through the camera and I don't see a red light. I see a little black deal and a deal come up like that. You see that?
Yeah, it doesn't show red on my end.
Okay, so what it is, guys, I'm not going to describe it. Oh, now you can kind of see.
There you go.
But at this angle over here, it looks white. It looks white.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why I had to kind of ask about that and stuff like that. So, wow.
It's a mess, sir.
Well, it's a work environment. Yes, sir. Sorry. Wow, this is another American flag. I'm telling you guys. And I notice, I notice, I deal with a lot of businesses. The businesses that I have had the most workable business relationships always have an American flag hanging up.
Yeah, we take a lot of pride in it. I always tell people it's funny. It's sad, but we have a lot of people. Well, we want American made. We want American made, and then it comes down to it, and they're like, "Well, you're 2 cents higher." I'm like, "There's a reason, right?" I mean, there's a lot of costs. When you start talking $15,000 to $18,000 per machine, $65,000 per machine of those, there's a lot of costs involved. I'm not just ordering it from someplace overseas and just ordering it in finished product, right? We've got overhead out of this world compared to those guys. And so, for the dollar amount that we're at on our line is probably too cheap. But at this point, we knew getting into the market, we would have to be competitive. And so, and we don't have, you look at Power Pro, they've got Shimano, you get all these companies that have been out for years or that are backed by other companies that are just, have endless money. And fortunately, I do not have that. I wish I did, but I do not. So I took my savings out to buy what we have, and we're just growing as we can.
Well, I remember walking into your first garage setup, and I was utterly blown away with it. I was like, wow, finally get to see behind the scenes, other than watching it on TV, of how it's made to actually come out and walk into a shop that's making it, and then now, I remember that one, and to walk into this one, dude, I'm just like, dude, awesome. So,
and I'll show you the sensor too. Show you these. So this is obviously how it starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get the fiber. Again, for the people that don't know, our colors don't bleed, and the reason being is that the fiber comes in already pre-colored. The actual color is part of the fiber. Before, fiber is extruded just like mono, but in a much smaller, like less than a human hair. And the color pellets are added in with all of the byproducts. So when it comes out, the color is physically part of it, to where all the other manufacturers out there make it in white, and then they go into a dye bath and they dye it, or they'll coat it, which is why they have to have coatings on the line to keep the color in. I know a lot of them say that it's for this, it's for that. At the end of the day, if they did not put it, the first time it was in the water, 90% of your color would just bleed out everywhere.
So,
which you've probably seen sometimes.
Oh yeah, all over my gear, all over my fingers and stuff like that. So right here we got Jeff. You're making a great product. Another one, well, both of them pretty much said the same thing. Keep it up. You're making a great product. And another one said, man, if Tightline Braid made custom reels, he'd be their #1 customer.
It's funny you say that. No, we do have a collaboration right now we're working with. So, but yeah, no, it's so these spools, bobbins of fiber get put on this machine, and this is kind of where you start to see our difference in what we do. If you can keep up with me on the camera side of things. So this machine is what takes the fiber from here and puts it onto the bobbins, which the bobbins are then what goes onto the braiding machine. The difference is when this machine comes to me from factory, it comes with pieces like this, which is essentially this machine's the same thing, just a much smaller version. And how you put tension on fiber is by these springs, and then you use washers, and you add weight. The problem with that is, the problem is you measure fiber by grams, by tension grams, which is very, very intricate, and you can have a lot of variation. As this supply package in the back gets smaller and the bobbin gets bigger, your tension changes. So essentially, the only way to measure the tension continuously, I don't know where it's at, somewhere I don't use this machine hardly anymore, but is by having a hand tensioner and measuring each one literally all day standing here. As you can imagine, that is not
time.
It just kills it. And so what I wanted to do is, it's just like a fishing reel. You have too much tension, you stretch the fiber and you make it weak. You have not enough tension and it becomes spongy. And if there's an issue on the braiding machine, it gets sucked into it and you're done. It ruins the whole bobbin of fiber. Mm-hmm. So you have to be precise. So what we did was we contacted a company and we bought medical feeders. These feeders will measure the tension in grams, and at any point that there is a variance in tension by 3 grams for more than 3 seconds, it shuts the machine down. So this essentially, I tell it what to do, what to look for grams wise. It uses this wheel to put the tension on, and it comes through. This assures that the bobbin is going to have the same tension from start to finish, which if you don't have that, you can't do. It's just impossible. And so once it gets done there, it runs through these sensors. These are the new sensors I was telling you about earlier. These are 3D sensors. Unlike the other ones that I have where they sit in the groove and they run through, these run through, and you can see there's a camera on the bottom here, and there's cameras up top. What this does is it takes a complete 360-degree angle view of it. So there is no more something hiding on that back side, right? And so with that being said, it catches literally everything, which is great, but also can be absolutely mind boggling when you are going through static issues because it just stop. So
Somebody said put Downy dryer sheets.
yeah, no, hey, no joke. I don't think I have anymore, but we used to have Downy dryer sheets taped to the inside of the braiding machines. My wife would tape them off and do that, and it helped a little bit. When I say static, people don't, they think of normal static. I'm talking like we get here and you can see the art, like it gets bad.
Jesus.
So they make a machine that will actually cancel it because there's two types of static, positive, negative. And so what it does is it reads it and then it puts out whatever the opposite is. And so it cancels it out.
Zeroes it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so we're trying to get that done. But so now, puts the fiber on, puts them on the bottoms. These machines are fully pneumatic. So I filled this hopper up and it goes through. Once it's done, it drops it, cuts it, loads the next set and starts. So essentially, if there is no issues, I can walk away and overnight it can run as many as I want. As you can see, that's what I'm doing over here on this machine. You can see the bottoms falling down overnight as we go. I don't know where we're at on this one. If you'll be able to see it now, I'm too far away. So essentially, yeah, the guys overseas that are having these machines are like $5,000. You can get, and not this one obviously, but a machine that does similar things. But it doesn't ensure the quality like this $65,000-$70,000 machine does. So we wanted to make sure that we had the best of the best that we could get. But once it's done there, then obviously we go over here to the machines. This is the machine parts all tore down. We're getting ready to send them through, get them clean, and then they go on. As you can see, you have on a 12 strand, you have 6 on the right, 6 on the left, and they just go into each other. So you'll see as you come through, you have one going to the right, one to the left, one to the right, one to the left, and they just chase each other nonstop.
That's amazing. That is, wow.
Another cool thing that we did get on these machines, on the 16 strand, I don't know if you'll be able to get it, but this, we haven't tried anything yet with it. We're about to. But if you look underneath here,
Hold on.
you can see this piece here.
Hold on. Let me get that.
Wow. So this allows us to put, let's say, like the 49 strand leader material, the metal with coating on it. We can take a spool of it, feed it up through here. It feeds it up through that bar, and then it goes straight up, and then it allows you to put the 16 straight braid around it.
What?
So that way, people use it for assist hooks.
Yeah.
And so we'll eventually try and mess with that a little bit. I mean, if anybody's ever messed with wire, you've seen it before, just not with this stuff on it. But so there's some other things where I've even tried 100-pound solid into 100-pound hollow to see if it would
Increase
essentially, see if I could get 200-pound or even 150-pound out of the sides of the 100 hollow. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, like 120 minutes, which our 100 breaks it. Because you got to think what happens is it's impossible to get your length exactly the same.
Yeah.
So just like we were talking earlier with the tight strand, one gives, the other one gives right afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
So,
all right. So if I'm hearing this correctly, you've said it multiple times, but it's finally registered. You're coming out with the 16 strand now?
we have a 16 strand. It's our 300-pound.
There we go. Awesome.
And the reason being is you can only fit so much fiber on a bobbin, right? So I can only put so much fiber. So when people say they have spools of 15,000 of 200-pound, they're splicing in. That's the only way. There's companies out there, and there's companies that, my hats off to Cortland because they tell you they do. I mean, they don't try to hide anything. They tell you they do it, which I appreciate. But that's the only way, because eventually when you run out of this bobbin, how are you going to do? What else are you going to do? You have to you have to splice it in.
Yeah.
And so being that we do not do that at all, that's why our spools are limited to size. So if I did our 300-pound on that machine, it takes much bigger fiber because there's less carriers. So I can't make a 2,500 yard spool. It won't have enough. So I had to go up to a 16 strand. I don't, 12 strand is, I just had this discussion with a dealer. 12 strand has a better hold. For what we use it for fishing, 12 strand's a better, almost 90% all across the board.
Right.
16 strand allows the manufacturer to make larger spools because of the smaller diameter fiber. But it doesn't have, it's hard to explain, but it doesn't have the closing. It doesn't collapse as well. There's too many fibers in the way, right?
Right.
It eventually gets to a point where it's already as close as it can be. And so the 12 strand just has a better grip.
So you also get better line capacity, essentially, is what you're saying, because once it lays down, it doesn't have nothing. I see what you're saying. Like, there's too many strands, and it won't let it collapse all the way because there's still kind of gap inside.
And the mono is, mono is what it is. So when it closes down on it, it won't let it cinch down into there like the 12 strand will. So that's the reason we run mainly 12 strand. But in order to get bigger stuff, I have ran 1,000 pound before for a friend of mine for a dredging system. That was, when you have a mess up with 1,000 pound, yeah, your machine will break in a lot of places before that fiber does. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I know you got a crazy, crazy long day ahead of you. Yeah. How late were you here last night?
We're here until, so if you ever come up to see the place, you definitely call, because we're here until 3, 4 in the morning, sometimes 5 in the morning. Sometimes we're here from the night before still, depending on what's going on. But yeah, we stay late, and sometimes we're here early, and sometimes we're not.
Right.
Depends on what's going on, and obviously with the kids. But
well, there you go.
if you have time for one now,
yeah. No, please.
So we'll come down to here first. This is the very first braiding machine I ever bought in my garage. This thing's older than we are, but it just goes to show you the quality of their machines. So this is the very first machine I bought to do testing. It still runs. I just don't have anything on it right now, but it is, as you can see, it's changed a little bit over the years. Essentially the same concept, but it changed in some areas. It still runs great. So that is not a huge difference. Where the big difference comes into play is this machine inside. We've already passed it once. But remember the machine over here, this one, the big high dollar one here.
Yeah.
That machine, what this is.
Wow.
So this is my first one. I can make 2 at a time, not 4. And it was manual, and it took 30 minutes to make 2 bobbins. So it's 136 hours of this machine running to fill up every machine out there. Hence why I got different machines.
Yeah.
So that's from that to the one out there. So it's a big difference.
Yeah.
In time.
Appreciate you taking the time to shut down those machines and give us a tour, Jeff.
Not a problem.
Are you going to make the multicolor hollow core again?
Yeah. Again, when we have it, it's mainly because somebody's ordered so many yards of it, and we have a little extra. We don't ever put it on our, website. I have it. You look at. There are people that'll see some dealers that have it a lot. I have one particular dealer that has a lot of my multicolor. That's because he calls and says, when he orders anything that's in stock. That's all he'll order. And so he sees it, says, I want that. And they're usually odd spools, like 600 yards, 800 yards, whatever it may be. But if there's an order of 10,000 yards or more, we'll make about anything that is requested. So
Good deal. Well, guys, y'all got anything more before? Because I know he's a busy man, and I still got to get my order and stuff like that. So, have they made 100 pound in Irvine blue?
blue. Trying to see what color it is.
He's checking.
So that's going to be more of the lighter, like the baby blue, I guess. Is that guessing what the baby blue color?
He's checking a comment here. It takes about 10 seconds from our live to get to them and stuff like that. So, yes, they have 100-pound red, white, and blue. Well,
Yeah.
leftovers, yes. 20-pound is already available. What colors in 20-pound hollow core do you have? I think I got the blue at the shop.
I think you got the only bit I had. Like I've only ran a couple spools of it. That's it. And then you have.
You see what I did with it?
I haven't seen it.
I spooled up MX, I think it was an MXL Raptor with it, and I put like 1,500 yards. It was something like that. Wow. It was pretty much put the whole spool on there kind of deal. So yeah, as soon as I got in, I was like, oh, testing time. I went straight to the spooling machine and stuff like that. So again, guys, this is Jeff Nugent, right? I got that correct?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible with names. But Tightline Braid. So where can they, if they want to order from you or have questions for you?
So we always, if you have questions, you can email us. My email's on the website. You can go, it comes straight to me or my wife. Buying, we always push you guys to the dealers. I mean, it's, we understand that you don't always have a dealer that's close to you, but I know Albert, people call him from all over the country and order, online or over the phone with them. And that's usually what we try to push, because obviously eventually we're going to be out of the retail side of it. I'd never really wanted to be in it to begin with, but unfortunately we we're in 9 different countries, and we're all across the U.S. Well, I don't have dealers all across the U.S. So we always urge you to go to your local dealer. Obviously, there's a lot of people that don't have a local dealer, so call Albert up and place an order with him, and he'll call me and get it taken care of pretty quick. So
again, guys, like I said, whenever I have a problem, I come to the man, like all the time, and we collaborate all the time on ideas or thoughts or whatever's coming down the pipeline, because it's important to have that kind of communication with any manufacturer of whatever you have, because if you don't, how'd you say it earlier? If you ain't growing, you're dying.
yeah.
And he nailed it. Like, if you ain't trying to improve yourself, improve your gear, and you're complacent where you're at, that's it. Like that's the start of you starting to go downhill. And so for me, that's why I'm here. Like, I'm touching base with the dealers. I'm touching base with stores I sell to. Like, I'm always trying to figure out what's my next move that I need to make to keep it growing and stuff like that. So again, guys, Tightline Braid, Jeff, boss, thank you very much for the time. I know time is extremely valuable right now, and I do appreciate you giving us and Team Hard Life a chance on the channel and stuff like that. So yes, no, y'all beat me before I actually had a chance to say it on the channel. I was like, I want to get some chartreuse and black, like dark team colors. I want to get that in the braid and stuff like that. So 130 to start, and yeah.
I don't think I have 130, but I have some other. I've made that multiple times for some people in the past. That color combo's company colors are actually quite popular.
Yeah, no doubt. Y'all read my mind, but I was waiting to the very end to pop that off, but y'all beat me to the punch. So again, guys, thank you very much for watching the channel. We just passed up our 25,000 subscriber mark giveaway. I'll be getting with him because I know he was coming in with the sponsor. I didn't know if you'd already mailed it out or whatever. So if you haven't, cool, I'm here. So, but no, we've got some great prizes, guys. Give me a few days to get to the shop, get reorganized, and we'll be doing our 25K giveaway for the 25 winners. Again, it's already too late to get in, so the cutoff time's already been noted and everything. So any emails come in after that, I'm sorry, they're not going to be accepted. It's already past that. It's the only time I'm going to be pretty strict is on these, because a lot of people put in a lot of work for many months ahead of time. So to be fair to them, that's the way I'm doing it. So, all right, guys, I will talk to y'all later and we'll see what's up. But yeah, I'll give y'all a shout out because we still got to make up for our fire drawing from last night that I missed out on. So later, guys.